From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Cincinnati. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Bengals. So a heck of a start to this one. We haven't even gotten settled in already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, too? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for the team that just scored, their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you'd better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big one early.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing to start here is Tua. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Jonnu Smith, the tight end, is intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. You talk about this Bengals defense. It's quite a unit, #1 in the NFL against the pass.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
Looking to pass, Tua. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
12, 12, 12. 12, 12, 12.
Now a run. Here's the 1st-round pick from April's draft. Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6. This defense for the Dolphins, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
Get set.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. The Bengals at 7-4 on the year. And they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
Buying time to his left. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Burrow looking to pass. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll leave him with a third and just a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field.
11, 11, 11, 11.
They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Dolphins will take over possession here up at the 44. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
Some of the big boppers in the game traditionally have been safeties, and he certainly fits that mold. He lets his pads do his talking.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They get it to Hill, and they'll let him run. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage. He tried to swing that one to the outside, but to no avail. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
Here's Tua. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that third down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Able to locate his running back open downfield. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got nice.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick-6.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick-6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Here's Burrow. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now inside the 25. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great effort there. A touchdown on a kick return and now one through the air. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the 2nd quarter. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Achane gets it from the gun. Down right around the 25.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The offense on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run for it with Achane. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They'll run. Achane. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up.
That's a great run right there on 1st down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
Achane is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Achane will take this in for the Dolphin touchdown.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Sanders on for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Here we go, here
this
we go.
drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here we go.
Now they go play action now. Burrow throwing middle, and it's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Going for the deep ball. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go over the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought,
Here we go.
but that time it didn't work out.
And Burrow going to throw again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. And this is taken in at the 5. And they'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A great play there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
2nd and 10. Up the middle, Achane. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the 1st half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
We'll call that a 41-yard punt. The net a little greater, though, following a loss on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
Ready?
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Here we go, here we go. 11, Thomas. 11, MT, Tank. 11, MT, Tank. Don.
Burrow will throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And they got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. One heck of a 3rd down conversion. 33 yards. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this 1st half of action.
On 1, ready? Here we go, here we go. Don.
Again, it's Burrow. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
11.
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Forced out to his left. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
McPherson's kick is good, and the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. So that one on target, and it adds to this 1st half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp. and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Tua going to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Room here to run. And Tua going to slide to a halt, but he will have the first down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
Tua sets up to pass it.
That one complete down the field to Smith.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Tua. And that is caught. Touchdown Miami. Jonnu Smith from 13 yards out.
And the Dolphins get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
On 2.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
11 mighty.
And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jamar Chase.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Bengals would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Feel like I'm never enough.